gift of an athlete. Once was athlete.
Yeah, they don't sell ginsters over here. Michael, seriously, you need to
get your
head out your today. Stop getting like a girl.
Stop swearing, you can't put it on film.
Stop getting gated by girls would be starters.
Jake, pedal fast, jump low.
Don't make any silly. It's only a French national.
Jordan, sit in the pits and watch everyone else.
Jordan, just keep it together. Don't let your arm get on top. And remember, when you ever see a team rider, always clap. Michael, stop letting your head turn yourself off.
Relax, man.
Stop getting gated by a girl, man.
It was my first one.
Or girl, or gate. Hey Michael, you doing what I'm doing, going a bit of a...
Mine grows quite quick.
This is about 6 months.
Really? like 4 or 5 days.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine's like 6 months.
This is about 17 years worth.
What, you side fit?
Yeah, I've shaved them once.
Beautiful.
You proud of them?
Yeah, I am.
Did your girlfriend proud of them?
No, she hates them. But I like them, so it's alright.
Keep him for that reason.
Oh. I love them.
More OJ is required.
Got a hand?
My role as team manager is I basically sort everything out from bikes, kit, riders, making sure they're all entered for all the races, all the hotels. So for this trip over to France, I was in charge of the hotels, the travel, making sure the riders were entered, number boards, everything down to team spares, organising lifts, because we've got a lot of riders in different parts of the country. So I had to organise them to all meet at one point at our head office. And it's quite a lot of work involved in getting it all sorted out. It's trying to get everyone together, especially in France with the language barrier. We were trying to work out with the company that was running this event, and they weren't the best at replying to emails, so it does make it quite hard. There's quite a lot you've got to do, even just like menial things like, you know, Thursday morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, I was in Tesco shopping for bottles of water and bin bags and everything else that you kind of need. So basically a team manager is general dog's body really. It's not as glamorous job as what everyone thinks. Some team managers have other people to run after them, but you've got to run after yourself and everyone else, look after about 7 people altogether. This is our 3rd event together as a team, even though not all the riders are in France this weekend. Some of them had holidays that they couldn't get and time off and such like that. And it's working quite well actually. You never know when you pick riders, because you always pick them individually. You know, you never really put them as a group until the round 1. And you know, it's happened in the past where you can pick the world's best riders and they just don't gel together, and it kind of starts to fall apart. But luckily we've been very lucky, and you know, and it is luck. It's, you know, they've all got on together and they've all worked as a team, and it makes my job a lot easier. I mean, like some events I don't have to do as much as what I normally have to do because they're all self-sufficient. They're quite, you know, well taught. I mean, we send emails out before every event, you know, simple things like wash your clothes, clean your bike. You know, I send them out checklists so they can pack their own vehicles, you know, just so I ensure that everything's there that we need to do the job. And you know, it is really hard, and you know, like I say, you look at people on their own individual merits, and once you put them together, you just don't know how it's going to mix. And luckily it's gone very, very well. They've all worked together and they all get on with each other. There's a few strains today because they've been together for so long without a break apart, so a few of them are going off for a few quiet walks just to get a bit of time to themselves. The thing is, like booking trips, you never know how it's going to pan out, do you know what I mean? Because like last night, if like tonight was like last night, we wouldn't have finished till 8.
Yeah, exactly.
So you wouldn't have wanted to drove like 2 hours up the coast.
It's harder for you as well because you're the one that's
on the go all the time.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not riding, I'm still...
Yeah, and you get bored and tired then as well, don't you, with the long days?
Les catalogues. We're learning good French.
We speak in French.
Now, when we come away, we always have like catalogues and just help promote the brand a little bit more. And you know, especially when you've got people talking about your products, it's quite easy to just give them a bit of like books to take away with them so they can have a look. So it's just an added bonus, really. With being part of the factory team, it's kind of something you got to do, but we don't mind it. It's not too bad. It's a bit of... It's about 8:30 now. Jake's just gone out. Jordan's just gone through his footage from yesterday. He's a bit bummed. He's got to sit today out. You know, he's going to do a bit of filming for us later. So that kind of gives him something to do a little bit. But he had a bit of a hard night last night. He wasn't very happy at breakfast this morning. He's just a bit annoyed. Not just because of the crash, but because he's out for 6 weeks. So, you know, he's going to miss Manchester round 3. And then he's also going to possibly miss the first round of the 4-cross series in April. So it's kind of a double blow for him. One, he's not got to race in France, which he's really looking forward to. And then he's got, you know, the next 6 weeks of not being on a bike and then trying to get fit again. And, you know, for a start, anyone that gets injured at the start of the season, it's really a mental thing for them. They can get hit quite hard with it. And, you know, we're going to use some of the guys like next week to have a chat with him on the phone and just see where his mindset is really, and just try and keep him positive. That's the only thing you can do. It's, you know, he was a bit mopey in the van this morning, and, you know, you got a feel for him really. It was, you know, he was trying to defend his line, and, you know, some guy decided that he was just going to ride straight through him. So, you know, if it was football, he'd probably be in hospital by now. But, you know, the BMX was a bit of a hardy bunch. You know, they don't roll about too long. They kind of get up, and, you know, they don't really play on an injury. Today should be quite good. I know the ceremonies last night went on to about midnight. We decided to miss that really, because Jake was on it at 8:15 this morning, which is really early. So, but we'll just see how they go today. Obviously, the block racing, it's going to be quite hard for Jake. He's only 14. He's not a big lad. He's not used to this kind of block racing. So we'll just see how it goes and just keep an eye on him really. You know, we made sure he had a good breakfast this morning, even though he really didn't want to eat anything. We're kind of suffering a little bit with the food. We're quite used to English food, and, you know, some of the breakfast this morning, well, you know, it's not my kind of cup of tea really. You can't beat a good English breakfast on the morning to get you going. So we're currently powered by croissants today.
The thing I love about the sport is it's action-packed, it's elbow to elbow, it's fast, and the feeling of winning's really good. I got into the sport because my dad had done it since he was my age as well, and he took me down to my local track, raced novice for a bit, and then I loved it from then on. Well, I started riding nationally when I was 7, and then I took a break when I was 10 for a little bit, and then started riding again mid-2010. Last season was my first season back, 2011, and I got number 2 in the country. And then later on in the year, I got on the Olympic talent team, and then I got offered to ride for Identity and took the deal up, and they've been amazing so far. The sport, it's a massive commitment to my life. I have to train 6 days a week. It sometimes gets to you. Sometimes you know, you realise how much you do have to train, how much effort you have to put in. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's all worthwhile. You know, comes to the racing, you win, all the training's paid off. And it doesn't take much out of my social life, but usually my life does revolve around training and, you know, riding my bike. I do my training with British Cycling, Jeremy Hayes. He's helped me out a lot massively. Since I got on the Olympic talent team, I've realised a big difference in my riding. I feel like I've improved, I've got faster, I've become stronger, and I can tell a massive difference in my racing. My aims for the next couple of years are to get from the talent team to ODP, and then hopefully make it onto the academy where I can become a full-time BMX athlete. I need to keep my training up, fitness levels, work hard at what I do, and hopefully I'll be able to make it to the academy in a couple of years. A good result for me would mean a lot because it's my first ever BMX race abroad. So to get probably at least, maybe to even get to the final, would mean a lot to me. For someone else to get to the final and get a good result in my team, that would also mean a lot. You know, teams progressing, every national. You know, it's good like getting to know each other as well a lot more, because some of us have only known each other for like since January, and meeting the French team's also good as well, see how they ride and learning a lot from them. Yeah, this weekend hopefully I'm aiming to get to the final, but I won't be too disappointed if I don't, because it's my first race abroad. I'm just going to try and enjoy it as much as I can. You know, good experience, get used to the way it runs abroad for when I go to races in the future.
Jake's just done his first lap round. Just told him to go really easy. Just got to get used to the surface really. Just see what the surface is like. Like we said before, he's usually used to very hard packed tracks. I mean, the one in Manchester's been glued for the dust, so it's pretty much like concrete. Here you can see it's a bit damp this morning, so it's just made it a little bit more slippier. So we just told Jake just have a little ride around, just get used to how he's riding. He's got 40 minutes to build his confidence up on the tyres and the track. You'll start to see him as he does more and more practice laps. He'll start gauging the speed and getting a bit quicker. He's on flats, on a loose track as well, so you know the lad's got a lot to do, and you know I think just to trying to gain some experience is what he can take away from today rather than trying to go for the win. Just think you're back in Manchester and just ride like you're in Manchester. Don't worry, there's a lot of French people behind you. Just don't worry about it. Just get your head sorted. You can do it, yeah? You can do this. You just spent 2 days in the van. Yeah? You alright? Come on, you can do it, man. Come on, we'll all be rooting for you. Alright, just go out there. Just think you're in Manchester, yeah? Just take the stress off you and just have fun. Go out there, do some whips, do whatever, do you know what I mean? Just get some fun back into it. You know, you're just literally imploding at the minute inside. You know, you're just like, all you're doing is counting negatives at the minute. You need to start counting some positives. Yeah? You don't want the Frenchies to beat you, do you? Come on. Get yourself. Just relax a bit, yeah? Yeah. Okay? Fun back into it. You know, you're just literally imploding at the minute inside. You know, you're just like, all you're doing is counting negatives at the minute. You need to start counting some positives. Yeah?
Overall, from the weekend, it turns out it's a lot different than I expected it to be. The riders are all massive in my age group. They're really fast. I just got a big shock in the morning after practice. It all hit me, and I wasn't prepared for racing. It didn't go too well, and then I ended up going out after motos. From the weekend, I'm gonna go away and learn and work on riding on flat pedals, gating technique with flat pedals, and just other general skills. You know, getting back into the habit of using flats, because they really do help your skills. It's helped a lot because I'm going to be going to a couple of races abroad this year, so it's helped a lot. I know what to expect in the next in future when I go abroad next time.
Yeah, well, nerves get to you when you're on the start hill and just before, because you're looking around thinking, well, you're looking at the track, not rode it before. A lot of these riders have been in the past. So it does get you a little bit nervous and your confidence goes down, but you've just got to keep focused and give it your all. But when you win, you're so happy because you know that you're in front of everyone else and your confidence goes up, so you become you become more competitive, which is a good thing, because that's what you need in this kind of sport. So yeah, it is a good feeling. Well, when it goes wrong, you kind of knock yourself down and your confidence goes. But at the same time, you've got to think, well, I'll do better next time. Because if you don't think like that and you think negative, then it's just going to go all pear-shaped whilst you're riding. Well, my life is quite chilled out, and I've got a girlfriend, so I spend most of my time with her. But it's what I enjoy, and I like doing the BMX because it gets me away from things, but also when I get home it's nice to, you know, relax, and then obviously you'll have work, so that keeps me busy. Well, I hope to do the best I can and hopefully get some good places, but most of all just get the experience out of it, and then it can help me when I come back into England.
I don't know what to tell you really. I smashed it really, good gate, and just, you know, like I said yesterday, good gate, smooth lap, and I wasn't very smooth, but it was fast, so that'll do for me, and I got round first, and yeah, it's good for me, a good confidence booster for sure. That first moto, maybe I was a little bit overconfident and maybe didn't try so hard, and the second one I thought, damn, these dudes are pretty fast, so I stepped up a level, and I ended up winning it, so yeah, pretty happy with that, so I'll try to do it again, and should be good, I hope. There was an outside gate, the first moto I had an inside gate, which is normally better, but this time from an outside gate it's more difficult, because you've got to come all the way across, so yeah, really happy with that, so go do it again, go smash it, and see what happens.
So far.
Pardon? For me, probably. Me. There, came out the gate, I didn't get the best of gate, came out the gate in like 5th into the first turn, but I had 8, couldn't go anywhere, couldn't go anywhere. Happens though, doesn't it? It's not like, you know, came out the gate, I didn't have the best of gates, but I was on the outside and, oh god, I couldn't get out, like getting the inside.
straight?
Second.
Yeah. You weren't pedalling down there, you were coasting down.
I was trying to get underneath, but yeah.
Don't try, just pedal, just put yourself in the position. Don't wait for someone to let you in.
Yeah.
It's not roundabout. Just keep pedaling all the time. If you're pedaling all the time, you can't actually any more of you.
No.
Coasting the second is not trying, mate, you know what I mean? You can do it, that's the annoying thing. You need to be pedaling all the time. If you get over that line and you want to puke up, then you know you've done well. You're not going to get anywhere by coasting down here. You need to be on them pedals all the time. It's the only way you're going to get anywhere. That's how we put an engine on the back.
The motors didn't go as to planned. I didn't do as well as I wanted, and I got better as they went on. Unfortunately, it was a bit too late.
What about the standard of riders that you were with today? Tell us about that.
The standard of riding across here compared to in England is really high. They're just better quality, and it makes you want to ride harder.
Okay, what are you going to take away from this weekend then?
Well, I'm going to get more confident when I come to racing so that I can battle these type of riders and just give it all my best in the future.
And just sum up the experience. It's been a good experience for you in general?
Yeah, it's been a good experience because it's made me realise how difficult people are and also things to work on.
Looks like Martin's got gate 5. I think he would have been in the middle really. Track's really rough, he said. It's more like a mountain bike track than a BMX track with all the riding on it all weekend. It's getting quite hard, and you know it just takes one race in front of you to have a crash and churn the track up a little bit and create some new bits. So he's just getting ready now. He'd be really tense now. He'd be playing with be flicking his fingers, just trying to get some concentration. Right, he's away. It's a pretty good gate for Martin. Kind of stuck in the middle. He's just boinked that little hump there, which is going to slow him down. He's put him in the back, but you know he's digging in there. It's quite hard to pedal down this section. You kind of just got to pump the bike around the corner. So you probably go for a swooping inside line there. That's what happens. You just got to run the risk and try and make the moves, and you know that's what BMX racing's all about. It just, you know, you got to take the risks, and you know sometimes it pays off and sometimes it doesn't. So he'd be a bit disappointed with 7th. I think he'll probably end up outside having a quick half an hour on his own. He's looking for a solid 3rd again, but you know it just takes, you know, he caught the 3rd jump and then just caught the rider in the 2nd berm, and you know that's it. I think it's weekend over for Martin now.
Today the motors started off pretty average. I think I kind of took things a little bit for granted in the motors. I ended up getting a 4th in the first one, which is good, but not ideal because if you win, you get gate selection for the quarters. So the second one I stepped up and I won, and the 3rd one I won that as well. So I was feeling quite confident with that. Made it through the quarters. It was a bit scrappy, but to get through, and I did what I needed to do, and I got through to the semi-finals, which is one step away from the final. and the semi, I rode the best lap I've rode all weekend, but my start was rubbish. My first 10 metres was rubbish, but the rest of the lap it was perfect. I was just a little bit disappointed, to be fair. I thought my starts were good, but I don't know what to say. I'm a little bit disappointed to be one step away from the final, same as yesterday. Just missing out there as well. So, you know, to take anything away from this weekend would be just to try to find some consistency and just build on that. Really, you know, you can't have one good race and then one bad race, one good race, one bad race. Every race has got to be good, or you know, at least average. So I need to find that. I think I need to find the consistency in the gates and the lap, and just kind of build on and work on that really. The standard of riders this weekend has been like really good. Yesterday, the cruiser class, there was a couple of elite riders in there, which I didn't know until just recently. So obviously the elite riders, they're fast, obviously. But they don't do an elite category for cruiser, so a lot of them rode the age group and the category that of their age. So to get to semis and just miss out, if there's elite riders in there, you know, you've got to be reasonably happy with that. Obviously, I wanted to make the final, like I said yesterday, the finals where all the riders need to be, because that's where that's where people watch, and that's where the coverage is, and that's where the podiums are, and you know, obviously the podiums comes more coverage, and you know, we needed to be in the finals, and sadly we weren't. My 20-inch class today, there was about 6 or 7 riders who just come up. I was talking to one of the French guys who I've met before, and he said there were about 7 riders who just turning 30 this year, so they're like still 29. I'm 38 this year, so you know, to give 9 years away to younger guys, it's quite hard, really. So I guess in the grand scheme of things, I should give myself a pat on the back and say, you know, it did good, but still, not to make the final, to be so close is it's just frustrating, really. Yeah. But I don't know. I shouldn't concentrate on the negatives. Think about the positives. And you know, my riding wasn't that great this weekend, I have to admit. But you know, you have them weekends, and I did good for the way I rode. So you know, if I ride bad and do quite well, I'll take that, and you know, go home healthy, and that's the main thing, I guess. Back to work on Tuesday. So that's the main thing. Pay my mortgage off. Atmosphere in the team, I don't know, I've kind of not been with the guys. Obviously I've been racing today. Jake's a little bit down, obviously. Michael's, I wouldn't say he was down. I think his class was always going to be hard, but Michael needed to make that step up, and he didn't. I don't know what happened in Michael's head, whether he just switched off or I don't know, but I think with Jake, he let the occasion get to him, and he didn't ride well at all. Jake rode like an absolute novice this weekend. So for Jake, it's been a great experience, but I don't think he actually learned anything. He just kind of came, and I don't think he really sort of knew what he was letting himself in for. He was kind of like thrown in at the deep end, as it were, and sadly for Jake, he didn't rise to it, which he should have done. You know, it's a fantastic opportunity for a younger rider to be on a team and you know, come out here and represent your team. And when you don't give 100% back to the team, then obviously the team manager gets upset, and you know, obviously then that looks bad on Jake. And you know, hopefully Jake will bounce back, and you know, he'll pick his game up for the next national in a few weeks' time. But you know, sadly he didn't make the jump up. So Michael's same, you know, they're just them two. They need to be in a relaxed mood, you know, not like an aggressive state, kind of where some riders are when they're racing. They need to be like totally switched off and just relax and just have fun on the track, and I don't think neither of them had any fun at all. So what Michael will take away from this weekend, I don't know, but I'll have a word with Michael this week and see where his head's at, and hopefully he can build for the next national, and hopefully the bigger plan for the team is the Worlds in May. So they've had an experience now. I think Dave said it's better that Jake kind of flopped now rather than at the Worlds. So he's had a taste for it now. He's seen the French guys. He's seen how fast they are. He's been in that atmosphere where it's quite close. There's a lot of people watching, and so hopefully for Jake now, he'll take that home and think, okay, that's what the Worlds is going to be like, and needs to get his head around what's in store in May, really.
I've got screw loose. Oh dear.
It's been a really good weekend actually. I've come away, I've known that I'm keeping up with the Europeans, which is a nice thing, even if I do end up laying on the ground. Not such a good thing, but no, it's nice to know that you're on pace and they're all actually know where we should be. So we can all take that away as a very positive thing and know where we should work. I know we'll have to work on our pedalling, that's a big thing, and our gates. But we all know that our jumping's up to speed, and everything else like pumping is good for us as well. So it's quite a good thing to know what we need to work on. Standard of riders is really high in Europe. Obviously, lots of European kind of countries work on riding from such a young age, like 4 and up. So they're actually brought up with BMX in their culture. So that's a big thing compared to the British, where we don't have that in our heritage almost. So that's a good thing to be up against the Europeans. So maybe realise what's meaningful in riding. Obviously, breaking my wrist wasn't the best of experiences, but now I know that I need to just keep on how I was and keep on getting stronger, getting fitter, and keep my skills going, getting them better. So that's been a really positive thing in a way, taking out of such a negative thing. So I'm looking forward to mending myself and getting on the bike again.
I've got to knock one of them over.
This is Monday morning. We stopped off at another hotel due to it being closer to the border to England, so that we can get up a bit later, feel more refreshed, and then not have to worry about being too tired for the journey.
This is welcome to where the magic happens. Sleep there for 7 hours, and that's about it actually. TV flashes a bit. Got this Stella. Don't really fancy it. He's underage anyway. I'm not. And that's about it.
Oh my God, it's what? They're determined to get him down now. You some of them are going to come with him. Oh! So you usually don't went for it, yeah. You went for it then. Get him.
Oh, now it's gone quiet now. You're violent, I'm sure it's one.
I was completely.
asleep?
I don't know if I just I rested my eyes.
No, you were asleep for a good hour and a half.
No, I wasn't asleep because I was listening to my headphones.
What? What do you say?
None of us can even understand him anyway.
Mars bars.
It's hard with it.
What did you say?
Has anyone got any Mars bars?
What, Marzi bars?
Marzi?
I'll buy you a Marzi bar when we get into the UK.
Go to McDonald's.
How happy are you about that?
I'm very happy.
He's going to eat for the first time in 3 days. He's actually going to eat. This is the last time you properly ate as well.
Yeah. Hey, last time you ate, John, you had 2 working arms.
That was good. I just sink like a stone now.
English food.
I want them.
What's that?
Jaffa cake donuts.
Who did I get in the background as well?
It's been a good weekend. It's quite hard. We've obviously had Jordan got injured, and 2 of the riders did what we thought they would do, which was struggle in extreme pressure. So that was quite good. So that has made the trip worthwhile for them too. Martin did really well in both his cruiser and 20-inch races, which was quite good. I think it'd be good coming up the next couple of races. I think they've learnt a lot from this weekend. It's, they're obviously not as confident as they were going into France. Quite a lot of the riders were very confident, and they took a bit of a hit this weekend, which is always good for anyone. It's, you can always ever take that as a positive. So I think the next few races you'll see a good change, and obviously just the bonding of everyone being with each other and getting on with each other, and it just makes the team a lot stronger. So we'll carry on in the next couple of months racing around the UK and just keep checking them, and it's onwards and upwards for me. It can only get better from a weekend like this. It was always planned to test the riders and put them under great pressure. That was the whole idea of it. It was never going to be a holiday. It was, like I said to Jake, everything was stacked against him. There was no positives about his trip at all. He was always going to run a back foot, and I think it's good for him to be in that situation, not to be the rider always out in front, which he has been and what he's used to. So he knows that he's not quite there yet, and he needs to work harder. So anything that can bring him out. Same with Michael as well. He's had a hard weekend, and it's not been an easy weekend in the office for him. But like I say, he's found some of the problems that he's got, and he knows what he needs to do.
Overall, it's been a good trip because I got to hang out with the rest of the teammates, get to know them a lot better, and big thank you to Dave for making it all happen, taking us down there, doing all the driving. He must be knackered.
It's been a good experience getting out of the UK and riding in a different kind of categories, and also the competition is completely different, the tracks are different, and you've got to experience it to know what it's like.
I think that the real thing to come away from it is just how sorry we felt for Jordan. He was going really well in practice, and he was really enjoying the track, and it's not normal for him to be up front, and actually in like the top 4. And when we saw him in there, we were quite pleased, and unfortunately he just had the accident, and it now looks from footage that we've looked at like possibly someone actually rode over his wrist, which is what caused him to break it. So we just need to go back and have a look at that. But I mean, he's in pretty good spirits. He was the butt of all the jokes on the way back today, so we're trying to get him through that.
It's been quite a good weekend. It's been very busy for all of us. We've obviously been all the way down to France and racing international races, so it's nice to know that we're up to pace, a few of us. So we can take away from that, knowing that we need to obviously pick up pace a little bit in a few cases, or just pick up our general pedalling speed. That's the main thing I think we can take away from this weekend. Our gate speed needs to be picked up a bit. I'm optimistic. Got 6 weeks obviously in the cast now, so I may miss the next round of the BMX and possibly the start of the 4-cross season. So a bit disappointing there, although I try and cut open the cast before then hopefully and have a bit of a ride. So it'd be nice to get out on the bike and have a nice full season in good health. It's been very worthwhile. It's been great for team building opportunities. Obviously racing didn't go as we wished, but it's been great for everyone getting to know each other and getting time away with each other, which is the main thing of such a new team.
We've not had much sleep, and I think a lot of us have struggled with the food. A few of the team have got on quite well with the food, and a few of us have struggled.
Hopefully now Jake you know, he's seen what's out there. He's seen how fast the French guys are. He's experienced the indoor facility in quite close space with all the people around, which it's going to be like at the World Championships. So for Jake, hopefully he'll take that away and that'll be a good thing for him. For me, I don't know. I don't know. Just go take away the positives of winning a couple of races and just focus on that really, and try to focus on a bit more on the consistency. I think I said that before, but you know, that's the most important part. You know, you can't be good one lap and then rubbish the next. You've got to be consistent all the way through. So yeah, it's the end of the trip. I feel pretty tired now. I'm sure Dave's tired. He's driven all the way. So yeah, it's home. See the dogs and the missus and my son. And back to work tomorrow morning. Yeah, joy. So yeah, it's been a fun trip. It's you know, it's been equally rewarding as it's been frustrating. With you know, so Michael and Jake not doing as well as they potentially could have done. But you know, like I say, we can't focus on negatives. We've got to, as a team, we've got to, you know, move forward. We've got Manchester National in 3 weeks' time. Jake does really well in Manchester. He rides there all the time. Does a lot of training there. So hopefully Jake will bounce back from that and do good at Manchester. Yeah, fingers crossed, injury-free. Obviously for all of us guys. And we'll do well at the Worlds, really. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Riders ready? Watch the game.